Hey, good morning guys. Welcome back to the Rod Shop. Today we're going to be replacing a recoil guide on a G Loomis NRX Plus. Stick around. Okay, let me get my opinion out of the way first here. This rod retails for $560, which I personally think is ridiculous. Because it's a brick, in my opinion. However, you guys who are rod builders, like myself, it's a good thing. Because you and I both know you could build 2 rods, possibly 3 rods, that are lighter, more sensitive, fish better, definitely better balanced for the price of one of these. So anyway, this is why I got into business to start with, is I wanted nice stuff, and I thought the prices were ridiculous, although they weren't this ridiculous 20 plus years ago. They're still pretty bad. So, what we have here is we have recoil guides on the NRX Plus. They're in the black pearl, and this third guide from the tip top is broke. Looks like it got stepped on. So one of the arms is broke. So we're going to be replacing it. Now, a note about recoil guides. If you measure this guide, it has a 4mm ID. It has a 5mm OD. But for some reason, Recoil decides that's a size 6. Because I ordered a size 4, which is the inside diameter, which is how most guides are sized. And that's extra sitting up there now because I didn't feel like shipping it back. And it's about half this size. It's a micro guide. This is a RS PGB-6, which is 4mm ID, 5mm OD, but it's a size 6. So, when you're going to replace some of these, when you need to replace these guides, call Casey at Voodoo. That's what I wound up doing, because I ordered the first one, kind of blind. I should have called, but I didn't. But I called him. He got me hooked up. We got it here in a couple days, so it's time to fix it. Now, first thing we're going to do is we're going to need to get this busted one off without damaging the blank. So what I will do is I will protect the blank next to it. Just so I don't scratch it. I got it checked up here in my power wrapper, but I've just got it, using it as a stand right now. So I'm gonna, apparently they think these blanks are super special, so I'm gonna do my best to not even put the thought of a scratch in it. And then what I will do is I'm going to heat this existing epoxy, and I'm not going to do it with open flame. I'm going to do it with my handy dandy new cordless heat gun. So let's get it warmed up real quick. The only reason I did that is I really want to soften this existing epoxy up, because the next step is going to be to cut down the top of the guide foot and shave the top of the epoxy off of it, exposing the feet. Without getting into the blank. And it fell out, just like that. And you can see where, if I can pick it up, it's so small, you can see where that side of the foot had broken off. Probably got stepped on, would be my guess. Now we need to get the rest of this old epoxy off, so I'm going to very carefully try to peel it away from the blank by getting underneath it, maybe. Alright, I'm going to have some more light. You guys are going to have to bear with me with the glare. What I'm doing here is just trying to, I think it's that other, yeah, see that other arm is still in the epoxy right there. That's why I didn't want to peel off. Well, fortunately, it's not stuck to the blank very well. It doesn't look like they got very good penetration with the epoxy through the wrapping. The only place I see it stuck real well would be under the guide foot itself. There's a ridge of epoxy there. But the rest of the stuff's just flaking right off. Yep, this is what $560 will get you. Sorry. I have been called a rod snob. I deserve that comment, probably. But I think I make better rods than any manufactured rods on the planet. And you should think that about your rods too, because you're probably right. You put a whole lot more care than any other factory rod builder. I just get paid by the hour. I don't blame them. Still not a bad gig, I guess. But you guys make good stuff. And I hope what you're learning from me is helping you make even better stuff. There we go. Really? Which one were you? Now what I'm trying to do is get all of the little bit of residue that's on the blank off without damaging the blank. And I got a few little strands of wrap thread here that are still stuck that I'm just trying to peel off. Hopefully that camera will behave and you'll be able to see all of this. Alright, now we got that done. Let's see how hard it's going to be to put the rest of this back on. Alright, we got black thread. Let's put the wrapper in wrap mode. Put some more light on. Okay. Pedal. Nope. I'll put it in wrap. Would be helpful. That's a little better. Alright, so this is just a wrap. The only complicated thing is you got this tiny little guide. And I got a question the other day about how do you put these recoil guides on when they're so tiny. And Normally I do them with little micro guide bands from CRB, but I can't exactly do that on this one. So let's figure out a way together to put these puppies on and get them to stay on long enough for us to get the wrap started. Okay, now let's try the 1-inch tape and see how that works. Let's get my little needle nose pliers. That guide foot looks like it's long enough that this narrow tape is going to work fine. Provided I could get it started on it. Come on, fingers, work with me here. Alright, so I'll just kind of stick it to it, and then be able to position it back in the exact spot that it was, which was right there. Okay, well, let's try a wrap. Need a pick. Now, that tape is just barely holding on because it's 1/8 width tape, and this is why I start a lot of my wraps this way, where I'm gonna pin the loose end down to the blank, and I'm gonna do a couple wraps, and what I will do is I'm coming over the top of that guide foot this next go around, and that's going to help hold it in position tight down to the blank long enough for me to get this wrap started. And I can't see that black on black. Actually, I need that over here. Maybe that glare won't be so bad on you guys. Alright, there's 2 turns in front of the guide foot. This is the 3rd turn in front. I'm going to jump up on it right there. No, it snapped off. There we go. Now we're up on the guide foot. We got 2 wraps on it. Turn a couple more. Okay. Oh, it just jumped. I was just about ready to get on with it here. Because what I want to do next is I want to cut this tag free and get it out of the way. And that camera quit again. I don't know what's going on with that camera. Hopefully I got this video recorded well enough. Alright, now we want to get this tape out of the way. Now we need to get this tape here out of the way without pulling that guide loose or pulling it out from underneath. Let's put a thread pull in. Really? This is what's going to give me problems? Gotta be kidding me. Come on, Lee. There we go. Alright, only thing left to do now is to just make sure it's aligned with the rest of them and put a couple cups of epoxy on it. And what I will probably do is mix some black marbling pigment in with this epoxy, because this obviously was a colored epoxy, because you can't see any of the threads at all. And I'll just have to match that, which won't be a big deal. We'll put some night sky pigment in the epoxy and it'll be good to go. But that's it for repairing or replacing a recoil guide on our NRX Plus. Hopefully you guys got all of it. I was having problems with this camera, which is usually the one that behaves. Not so much today. But anyway, if you have any questions about anything going on in the rod shop, you got a specific question, go ahead and put it down in the comments. Press the like button for me. That really helps these videos get recognized as quality content and sent out to other people like yourself who might be interested in rod building. And as always, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.